everybody, it's O'Havy wishing you guys peace and happiness. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, make sure you hit the subscribe button to see more videos. And if you're already part of the fam, welcome back. So, today what we're finna do is, we're finna have another story time. It's not gonna be as ratchet as the previous one, but it's a little raunchy. So, basically, what we're gonna be talking about is my experience living on 79th and Essex for a whole year during a pandemic. So let's get started. So it kind of ties into my previous story because, like I had told y'all last time, if y'all watched my other video when my so-called friend tried to file a restraining order on me and get me fired. If you didn't watch that video, make sure you go watch it. But anyway, it ties into that story because, like I was telling y'all, I moved back to Chicago in March of 2019. I was staying with that girl, and then all that happened, and I had to go back to stay with my boyfriend's mom. So we stayed with her for like 5 or 6 months, and then I ended up getting an apartment in October 2019, which is when I moved on 79th and Essex. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, I was working at this job. So like I said, she got me fired from a job, and I got another job at UIC, which is also a call center, but it definitely wasn't as good as the other call center. The pay was lower, but they pay every week, so that was a good plus. So I was working at that job. I started that job in June 2019, and I had to save up and get everything in order. So I moved from his mom's house October 2019. I went through this very ratchet and bad known place in Chicago, Pangea Real Estate. I didn't have a really bad experience with them, but I know a lot of people that have. But for me, it was okay. So anyway, I moved to this apartment October 2019. It was a studio apartment, 79th and Essex. I lived there from October 2019 to August 2020. I left early, but I made sure I paid everything or whatever. So let's start from the beginning. When I applied for the apartment, it was a good experience. Like, the people were nice. I paid my fees or whatever. I seen the apartment before I moved in. Obviously, everybody knows that 79th is like not a really good area to live in, but obviously it's like you starting your life, and I wasn't getting that bad like that, and the apartment was only $620 a month. So I was just like, I needed my own apartment, so I thought, and what's funny about this whole thing is, like, the whole time I kept saying, I don't want to live on 79th, I don't want to live on 79th, I don't want to live on 79th, and then I ended up living there. So that's irritating in itself, but it all started off good. But October is like fall, almost winter. That's when Chicago is like very turned down. Like, it's not so much stuff going on, people not really going outside so much. Like, it's quieted down versus the summer. But just to let y'all know, Chicago is really not as bad as the world make it seem. It can be dangerous. It's like really dangerous areas, but if you're not really doing things to people, nobody's really gonna do anything to you. I know sometimes innocent people get involved, but that's not as common as they would make you believe. So anyway, I moved in October. It was cool. My birthday is in November, so my birthday came, everything was cool, It was going okay. But one thing I will say that I really, really loved about living there was Lakeshore Drive. Like, if you've ever been in Chicago, or if you're from Chicago, Lakeshore Drive was like really a vibe. So driving on that every day to get to and from everywhere you go, that was definitely a plus. So, everything was really going good. Like, the whole end of 2019 was pretty much regular. Like, one thing I really, really didn't like is, like, it's a food desert. If you're black, you will know, like, our communities are always damn near food deserts. Like, there's no grocery stores, only like a Family Dollar and a Dollar Tree, and and a Dollar General. Like, those places don't really have groceries, fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, or nothing like that. So that was like, I had to go to Jewel, and then Jewel kind of be taxing, so it just like, it was kind of inconvenient. I was spending a lot of cash on groceries because I didn't want to spend money on eating out. So it was just like, that was one of the main things I didn't like. And then on top of that, if you live over there, they will not deliver to you if you pay with a debit or credit card. Like, you have to pay cash. And it's just like, who have cash? So that was also very inconvenient. Like, I was steady wanting to give me some Giordano's, and I could not get it because they will only accept cash. So let's fast forward to January 2020. First of all, I had COVID-19. Like, oh my God, I literally had COVID. So January came. First of all, matter of fact, this don't have nothing to do with living on 79th, but when I was driving back from my Thanksgiving trip at the end of November, early December, I got a ticket for driving without a license, bro. $800 ticket. But anyway, 2 tickets, $800 tickets. But so that's how my 2020 started off. I had to go to court January 7th, 2020 for those 2 tickets. Bruh, I caught COVID January 3rd, 2020. I didn't know that it was COVID until like March or April, but bro, so I was so freaking sick. Like, I haven't been, before I got sick at that time, I haven't been sick in like years. So I'm thinking I had the flu, and I don't get the flu shot because I kind of don't indulge in that type of stuff. But anyway, so I started feeling sick, like, and then I also have this thing, I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, but I also have this thing where I take a picture every day of every year. So I started doing that in 2018. So if you look at my pictures from January 2020, like 1, 2, 3, you can see how I was progressing and getting sick. Anyway, so like January 3rd is like where it peaked. Like, I was looking so sick. Like, man, let me tell y'all, I wasn't throwing up, but I couldn't keep food down. And then on top of that, I couldn't keep food down. Like, I had went to McDonald's, which is also another story on 79. McDonald's is trash. They ice cream machine never work, obviously. Y'all know that. So I went and bought a 4-piece nugget and a small fry, bro. I couldn't even eat 2 nuggets. I was just sweating so much, like sweating. I couldn't even talk. Like I was literally couldn't even talk. I was just steady drinking Sprite and orange juice. Like, I couldn't get out the bed. I couldn't do nothing. Like, I was so sick. And then next thing you know, my boyfriend got sick like 2 days later. He was perfectly fine. Like, he was going outside, doing his life, living his life or whatever. And then like 2 days after I started getting really, really sick, he was sick. So that's how I knew, like, later on in the year, like, that was COVID, because it was so contagious. Like, he was sick. Like, we was having headaches. We didn't have no energy, and I lived on the 3rd floor. I couldn't even walk. Like, it was just the worst thing ever. But anyway, so I had COVID January 2020, and then in February 2020, I had started another call center job, because when jobs don't do what I like, goodbye. So I know they say that about millennials or whatever, like, we always quit jobs, but once y'all start like blowing me or it's just not giving, I'm just gonna quit. So I had quit the UIC job, and I got another job in February 2020. So I had started working there, bro. So let me tell y'all, my boyfriend, like I told y'all, I got a ticket for not my license is not suspended or nothing like that. It's just expired. I had got my license when I was 17 years old, and then when you turn 21, it expires. And at that time, I was not in Chicago, so I couldn't get it handled, you know. But so anyway, I started my new job. Life is giving, not even knowing it's going to be a whole pandemic in 1 month. But anyway, so one day my boyfriend was driving me home, y'all, and he ran into a fire hydrant. Like, when you turn right on our street, because our street is a one-way, so we had to like go down one street and come up the other street. He turned, and I'm telling him, it's because in Chicago it's snow out in February, like, it's hella snow. So I'm telling him, like, slow down. He turned, instantly hit the fire hydrant. Like, we just slid into a fire hydrant. Like, nothing happened to the car. So it was just like a funny moment, but it could have been bad, you know. So then March came. It's a pandemic. Oh, stay in the house, do all this, blah, 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 blah. Bruh. So one day, we was going to the grocery store. Like I told y'all, it's a food desert, so we gotta drive a few miles to get the jewel. We got pulled over on our way home in a parking spot. Like, if you ever been on 79th, it's police everywhere. Like, it's just, that's why I'm not driving. I was never driving because I don't have a license. I'm not going through that again. So I'm just like, like I said, we went a one way. So we went down one street, came down the other street. We was turning left. We seen the police. Like, we going down the one way and they're coming. They just sitting there parked, but they facing us. So they facing the opposite way of the one way. So clearly, if you see the police, you're finna turn your turn signal on. So my boyfriend turned on the turn signal. We turned left. Okay, y'all know it be hella cars parked on the street. So we had to parallel park. So he starts parallel parking, and like once he get the back end, he moving the front end, you know, whipping it. They turned the lights on. I'm just thinking like, what? We're literally like, so we just had to stop like in the middle of a park. Like we in the middle of parking and the police pulled us over. So 2 officers got out. One went to his window, one went to my window. So they making me pull my window down. It's raining and snowing. Like, why am I pulling my window down? Y'all can see our groceries in the back of the car. Like, we're clearly not doing nothing. So the officer started talking to my boyfriend, like, where's your license? Do y'all have any guns or drugs? We like, no, like, we just came from the grocery store. He like, oh yeah, I see the groceries in the back. He didn't even, I don't even think he asked him, does he have a license? But he didn't ask him, like, for the license, I don't think. And then he was like, oh, okay, well, you didn't turn on your turn signal. That's all he pulled you over, but you good. Bro, why didn't y'all just keep going down the street? Y'all really pulled us over for that? Like, you feel me? It's just like, that's happened more than one time, but that was like the most outrageous time because we was literally once the pandemic came, bro, it was horrible. So, first of all, they started looting, bruh. While they was looting, everything, like the police just let them tear everything up. Like, if y'all seen the news, how they was saying that the mayor Lightfoot really was not protecting the south and west side, bro, they tore everything up. I personally did not loot, but I'm not mad at the people that did, because it's just like, it's the principle. Like, y'all care so much about this stuff, but y'all don't care about black people, you know? Sorry. So that was happening, bro. So while they was looting, while I'm coming home, I'm coming out my house one day. I forgot where I was gonna go, like maybe up north or something. Somebody bust the window out of my car, bro. Like, threw a rock or like a cement block or something in my window. Because I had left a little small suitcase in my car, but it wasn't nothing in there, and it wasn't looking valuable. So I'm just thinking, like, did y'all really do that? They stole my boyfriend. We had a matching hoodie, like a pink hoodie. They stole that. They stole his high school diploma, bro. Like, people was just stealing. That's the problem. Like, y'all can steal from the corporations, but why y'all gotta steal meat from me? And then y'all stole a high school diploma in a matching jacket. Like, y'all really broke. Like, I'm just walking in my car. My boyfriend, he was in front of me, so I don't know why he didn't peek. But I'm looking like, do you see this? Like, it's glass everywhere. The damn block was still in our car. Like, they just really bust our window out of our car. Like, really. So that was just like tragic. Like, y'all really bust my window out of my car. Like, was it really worth it to get a high school diploma? Like, somebody, is you out here watching this video, you got his high school diploma, can we get it back? Like, what are you gonna do with that? You know, so that was really irritating. Like, that's when I was ready to move. Like, it's time to go. Like, it's literally time for us to get out of here, because y'all broke in my car. Like, it was never really feeling that dangerous, but it's just like, you do have to be aware, because we're black. And then at the time we lived there, my boyfriend had dreads, so it was just like, he probably could get mistaken for somebody, you know. And he used to be going out late at night, coming home early in the morning, so I used to be worried about him, like, what are you doing? But it's just like, I knew he wasn't really, like, he don't really be gangbanging and doing stuff like that. So it's just like, you just gotta be aware of what you're doing and how you're doing it. But then, let me tell y'all, so, like, 2 houses down, right on the corner, like the main street, the police killed a man. Like, right by my house. Like, literally, like, the whole thing was blocked off. Like, bro, they literally killed him. And I feel like they didn't really have to kill him. Like, they just be so thirsty to shoot people. And it's just like, I do understand that y'all have a dangerous job, but they literally killed the man. Like, it was blood on the ground. It was taped off. Like, we couldn't leave our house because it was taped off. And it's a one-way, like I said, so we have to just stay in the house and just be traumatized by somebody getting killed. Like, literally. Like, I was just kind of sad. Like, I low-key cried because I'm just like, damn, like, they just killed this man. Like, you know, it was just hitting different. Like, damn, that's so sad. And then right after that, one day, it was like nighttime. Me and my boyfriend was gonna go get us some food or something. And these boys walk up to us like, yeah, F this block, or whatever. And we don't know what the hell they talking about because we not from over there. But we obviously know who block this is that we live on. So that was obviously they ops. But it's just like, you see how you can just get mistaken. Like, what if we would have said something back to him? And you could tell he had a gun on him, like he was feeling tough. And it's just like, you looking stupid because we not even from over here. Like, we don't even get like that. I mean, we could get like that, but it's just like you saying F people, and he started saying F this person, F these people. Like, he was really trying to get on that. And I'm just thinking like, bro, we're not even from over here. But me and my boyfriend is like, we don't partake in childish activities. So, you know, we just got in our car and minded our business. But it's just like, imagine if it was anybody else, like, they don't take that or respond to everything, they would have instantly probably got shot or something. Like, that's what I mean. Like, you have to be aware and you have to just be smart about what you do and how you do it, because you can easily get yourself caught up in something. But I feel like 79th is really not as bad as they make it seem. Like, the not being able to have food and the police, and like, it is bad parts, but it's not all bad. Like, it was kids coming outside saying hey to me and stuff. My boyfriend was giving kids money. Like, they was asking for money for food and stuff. He was giving them money. Like, it is slightly a community, but I feel like our people should do better with just like littering. First of all, I don't like litter and I hate when people litter, and it's always litter in our community. So y'all can't say like it's in our community, like where we live. Y'all be littering, stop littering. But then when we get to nice communities, oh, don't litter, or, you know, like, stop littering, please, just stop littering. I really don't like it. So then another thing, so, you know, I be trying to support my black businesses. So I went to this Drake restaurant, like, that's not really known, because typically I go to this Drake restaurant in Skokie. They should be fired. But anyway, I tried to give them a chance. They on 79, they right up the street from my house. Bruh, so I had bought me and my boyfriend both like a wing dinner or whatever, y'all know, with 2 sides. So I had got me like some wings, some mac, and some beans and rice. So I'm thinking I'm finna have me some good ass jerk, bro. I go home, bite the wing. It's red, it's raw, like it's, I'm just thinking like, bruh. So I go back like, yeah, can you, and then the rice was burnt. Like, you know how you burn the rice and the bottom might taste burnt, but you could like keep the top maybe? I personally wouldn't do it, but that's what they did. So I went in there like, yeah, the rice is burnt, the chicken not cooked. I'm like, can y'all just give me some new food? He like, nah, we knew that rice was burnt. Y'all knew the rice was burnt and y'all still gave it to y'all paying customer? So I'm like, okay. And then I told y'all I bit the wing, otherwise I never would have knew that it was raw. So he like, I'm like, yeah, I just want my money back, you know. Like, y'all can have both dinners, I just want my money back. So he like, well, okay. So I had paid, it was like, you know how they be having those lunch specials? So I had paid like $15, $16 for 2. He tried to give me $14 back. I'm like, where's the rest of my money? He talking about, well, you did eat some of it. I said, I would have never knew it was raw if I didn't eat it. Like, are you serious? Give me my $2. Like, that's one thing about supporting black businesses. Like, y'all gotta do better. Like that's not how you treat your customer. You knew the food was burnt and you still served it to me. Like, why would you do that? So I continue to drive all the way to Skokie for my jerk fix, cause y'all really blew me. And then another thing about living on 79, luckily I lived right across the street from a laundromat, but it was so ghetto. They were selling all type of drugs right outside the laundromat, like steady trying to sell me stuff. I'm just looking like, do it look like I do drugs to y'all? I might smoke a little weed, but I'm not from the bag from right here. Like, what? Like, just steady. Or then you know what little dudes they sell weed, they be trying, like they got money, trying to impress you or get your attention. Like, no, stop, please. That's irritating. And then it'd be weird because then they'd be like looking at me with my boyfriend not right there, but then when he right there, they want a mug. And this is like, can y'all just sell y'all weed or whatever and live y'all life? Like, it's really not that serious. Like, it's not. So then, obviously, during the pandemic, I had got pregnant. So I was not going outside because it was a pandemic and I was pregnant for the first time. I was throwing up every single day, so I was just sitting in the house, bro. So as soon as it get warm out, my neighbors, they arguing every day, like literally. And they had a dog, and they dog used to be pooping in the hallway. They was not cleaning it up, like just gross. But anyway, they steady arguing every single day. Like it sounded like he's torturing her, beating her. Like I'm trying to help my good black sis. So I had called the police because like she was screaming like help. Like I didn't even want to call the police because you know like I didn't want nothing to happen to him or to her, but I didn't want him to keep beating her up because it sounded like that's what he was doing. So I had called the police, bro. I think they had a kid together. Like they just was steady arguing. Like as soon as it got warm, like every day. Like you know how it be. Like if you want to be single, just say that. Like as soon as it get hot, people want to start arguing. So it was just like damn. But the police didn't do nothing to them. Like they just came and like solved the situation. So that was good. Like you see, like it's not always all bad. It can be good experiences and it can be good officers and it can be good in the ghetto. You know, so it's just like, you just gotta watch what you do and how you do it, like I said. Like, this is 79. Like, this is like, people will be so scared. They make it seem like you would not make it out of there. Like, I literally lived over there for a whole year. And it wasn't really that many bad experiences with people, like, shooting and everything. Like, I wasn't going to bed to shooting every single night. Every morning, it wasn't shooting. Like, that man did get killed. But other than that, like, it wasn't just shooting all the time. I didn't feel so in danger, like, but I'm from Chicago, so it's like I kind of know how to maneuver. But I didn't just, like, I was always in danger. I started getting mad when people was breaking in my car, though. Like, come on now. But it wasn't feeling so dangerous and, like, oh, it's over with, like, you know. And then it was just, like, then my other neighbors, bro, it clearly say you do not need to barbecue on the back porch, bro. I'm pregnant and they barbecue on the back porch. The whole house was filled up with smoke. Like black smoke was everywhere. And I'm pregnant. And I can't open the back door because they're back there barbecuing. Like, can y'all not? Like, can y'all not? Like, can y'all not? So at that time, it was almost time to move because I had got pregnant in May and we moved in August. And it was like all that stuff building up, like the police pulling us over, not being able to order food for delivery because I'm pregnant, people arguing, them barbecuing outside, then all that looting, the Black Lives Matter stuff, the man getting killed. Like, it was just really stressful. It was a pandemic. Like, it was just so much. I was just ready to move. Then my mail didn't come for a whole week. Cause I have that USPS informed delivery thing. If y'all have that, like it's send you a picture of the mail that's gonna come, literally. Steady getting pictures of mail, steady getting pictures of mail, steady getting pictures of mail. My mail was not coming for a whole week. I was damn near gonna have to go to the post office, and that would have been a disaster. And I'm pregnant and I'm throwing up every day, so I'm trying to avoid going to the post office. Like, it was just horrible, y'all. So it started getting kind of bad, but it was just like little irritating things. It wasn't necessarily the area, but it could have been. Like, they wasn't thinking about 79, but I was seeing people all over the city on the news like they're not getting their meal. So it's just like, that could have been why, but that just, and then on top of that, y'all, I almost forgot. Somebody kept breaking into my mailbox. So my mail wasn't coming. I'm thinking it's because of somebody stealing it. But then one day, all of it just came at once. So I had to keep checking my mail every day. Like, whew, it was just so ghetto. It was. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It was getting ghetto. But it was just like, it was fun. Like, I really love the Lakeshore part, for sure. Like, Lakeshore is giving me, like, I love Lakeshore, so I really like that part. But the neighbors was just ghetto. But neighbors can be ghetto anywhere, because neighbors are ghetto where I live now. Like, so it's not like that's specific to that area, you know? Would I recommend you living there? I'm gonna have to say no. Like, it's very cheap, but that's because nobody really wants to live there. You know what I mean? So that's why it's so cheap. Nobody wants to live there. But I will say it's not as bad as people make it seem, you know? So those are just some of the experiences I had living on 79th. Overall, I will have to give it a 5 out of 10 because it wasn't all good and it wasn't all bad. It wasn't the worst experience I ever had, but it wasn't the best. So, you know, I want to say thank you guys for watching this video. As always, wishing you peace and happiness.